Let's go.
Nehmen wir auf?
Yes.
So, Trailer, let's go. Ich bin so gespannt.
Ja,
ne? Man ist auch ein bisschen im Hype, muss man dazu sagen. Ne? Ich werde heute
Fall
sehr kritisch mit allem umgehen.
Ja,
Wenn das letzte Wort zurückkommt, dann werde ich natürlich ausflippen und 10 von 10 Sterne geben.
Instant. Okay, das erste.
We have this opportunity that we wouldn't have had years ago to ship a game and then really collaborate with people outside the studio to figure out, like, what is the best version of that?
Honestly, yeah, like we're building something the community has been asking for, and it's accumulation of everything that we believe the game needs to be.
The upside to that is we're not holding anything back. All the feedback we've heard for the last year is, this is it, it's in Forsaken.
Okay.
Wow!
We want this release to have a different tone and a different vibe.
We sort of just embrace that Western revenge vibe.
You're going to a darker place. You're going to take on a different role as a Guardian.
A barren landscape with like the asteroid vibe with like tumbleweeds, and I mean that just sounded cool.
Standard, wenn man Neues in Destiny sieht, ne?
Want to bring the dirt back.
But what better way to start a story than to start it with a prison break?
Right.
Cade's been filling this prison with bad guys that are really bad, and so when it breaks, things can happen to all the world.
Oh, was war
Neue Rasse. Which is a new part of the reef that you've never seen before.
That's right, my friend.
It's a collection of lashed together asteroids and rocks out in the asteroid belt.
It's very otherworldly, and it's full of
pirates and assassins and
bad guys.
thieves. It's become a lawless place. It truly is a frontier. It's completely taken over.
The most malevolent force there is the Scorn.
Gänsehaut.
They're very aggressive. They're always going to charge and push you.
The Barons are the top dogs in the Scorn, and each one has gone back and like committed nefarious crimes.
I think of it as the reverse Magnificent Seven, like the worst of the worst criminals. You are hunting down these different Barons. In fact, they're called Baron hunts. So one Baron is a sniper, and you have a sniper versus sniper battle with them. Another Baron is this big, giant, hulking melee character.
One of the things we're most excited about is the new weapon system.
Hey, if you like Destiny 2, great, play that way. But if you like Destiny 1, great, play that way. But if you're crazy,
Jetzt dürfen wir drüber reden.
Shotguns, right?
Ach, ich fühle mich so gut. Shotgun im ersten Slot. Oh mein Gott, ey, wie haben sie uns gelöchert, ne?
No, man, you f***ed up, you're taking the wrong weapon.
Könnt jetzt spielen, was ihr wollt, Leute.
Alter, die hauen's raus. Wie geil ist das?
Was sagt der Chat?
So randomals are coming back. Every single weapon is
Free shotguns.
When it drops. And
no way.
The mod system, so you can customize your weapon the way
Greg Peng ist das übrigens.
Ja. Wow.
Ganz klar Shotty.
Impuls, ja,
style
muss.
system coming together where you actually are able to kind of move your levels up over time, and so there's investment back on the weapons again.
Das sieht schon krass aus, oder? LOL, da haben wir sie!
Oh nein!
Nein!
What's
Yes!
Fire knives are awesome. Which is a different take.
Das habe ich noch nicht gesehen. Das ist ja. Oh mein Gott, der hat gerade Wurf. Oh mein Gott! Und da haben wir ihn wieder mit seinen Soundeffekten.
Slam that thing down and it sends out this fire in front of you that then creates a fire tornado.
Aber noch haben sie eine Sache nicht. Wir sagen das
The
aber
idea
nicht.
that anyone who plays, however they play, they're going to have some new way to engage.
Yeah.
Oh mein fucking Gott, was ist hier los, Alter? Oh mein Gott! Ey, wie viele Runde brauchst du?
Krass.
We've been having great games with the Arc Warlock.
Basically cast this thing, he pulls back. Yeah, and it's gonna break the game, and I think that's amazing. Yeah, you know.
Da ist es! Der Bogen!
So they came up with a bow and arrow.
Oh ja, oh ja.
Alter, ich flipp aus.
Der Bogen spielt sich geil.
It's utilitarian, it's fantastical, it's also sci-fi.
So we have a short range
der
bow, we have a
Weißbogen,
medium
ne?
range bow, we have a long range bow.
Oder?
This guy was like supposed to be super techy.
Oh mein Gott.
Was sagt der Chat?
You're like, why would you ever choose a bow in a game that has an automatic machine gun, but boy, it's deadly. I mean, that's a nice machine gun you got there, buddy, but right, and then it's done.
Boah, das sah aus wie
The biggest
Arena.
thing for me going
Du weißt doch,
into
was das war.
production on this
Ich weiß.
game was like a new way to play, a new thing to do that like is new to Destiny.
Let's see what we've got.
Die zeigen alles, ne?
We want to be able to give players what they want, but also surprise them.
Gambit is a brand new mode.
Destiny begs to marry PvE and PvP together.
It's like adding bacon to peanut butter and jelly.
Pack die Zunge wieder ein.
You start off being able to see the other team that you're going to compete against, so you can taunt each other, you can emote.
Each team is in their own separate arena, and they're being assaulted by combatants.
They're dropping motes for you to collect, you bank them.
When you put them in your bank, you're going to send a blocker over to the other side that locks their bank down. They can't put motes into it until they take out that blocker. Filling up your bank with the motes is how you summon your primeval. You burn it down, that's it, round's over. The interesting part is that we allow one person from your team to go over to the other side and physically invade. I mean, I've seen people that just hate PvP. Like, the first time they invade, and they get multiple kills, they'll come back and they'll be like, suck it! It's awesome.
We leave the raid team alone. I mean, if you can't tell, like, we just kind of let them do their own thing. But
We have Joe over there.
For this next raid, we wanted to get back to the epic adventure where you're going out to slay a big monster again. This raid has more bosses than any raid we've ever had before, and we're really excited to get
Mehr
players in
Boss
there.
als in jedem vorherigen Raid. Guck mal, der Bogen, wie geil der aussieht.
Absolut Bombe.
More than just the raid. It's about the dreaming city, the place that the raid exists. And it's an in-game destination that we've never done before.
It's the awoken homeland.
I could talk about the dreaming city for hours. It's like if the Vault of Glass and Dreadnought had a baby.
If they were like twins.
Or the yeah, that's actually more accurate.
Yeah, they're like twins.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
It had twins,
Yeah.
and then you took those twins and you put them on the doorstep of Peter Jackson, raised them as his own, and then that's the dreaming city.
It is
Whoa.
magical and weird and mysterious.
It's designed to be a destination that has puzzles that you need to solve.
A lot of hidden corners, lots of passageways that might not seem to exist the first time.
And the raiders, they affect this destination. They change it for everyone.
It's like this cyclical endgame place where there's just
Geil,
secrets
oder?
and
Wie cool
different
sieht das
activities
aus?
that unveil over time.
So the dreaming city that you see at launch is not going to be the same dreaming city 2-3 weeks later.
So with every design decision we've made for the Forsaken, like the first thing we ask is how will the community react to this?
Players want their investment in Destiny to matter, and they want to be able to see that reflected in the content.
We knew we wanted to do something for the collectors in our game. So we built a feature called the Collections. It's a way for you to track all the items that you can go out and acquire.
There's so much gear in our game. There are 2,000 items you can get. Go get them.
Man kann im
You can look
Inventar
at sets and you
Wow.
can say, I
alle
haven't filled out
Sachen, die
the
man
set.
sammeln
What do I
kann,
need
Ja.
to go get?
sehen. On the fly, egal wo ihr seid.
Für den
Habe schon
Grind.
getestet, ist Bombe.
We also had a triumphs
Also
thing,
für
which
den
is
Grind.
acknowledging your
Oh,
achievements.
oh mein Gott. Ey, so will man das
It's a
doch
thing that
haben.
can help you drive like, hey, I want to do that. And if I do those things, I can get a title. Like I can have a title
Yeah,
floating over
like-
my name that says that I'm a god or whatever. Not me, but like you.
Aldrin's Schiff.
We want Forsaken to feel like a game that
Oder auch nicht.
never ends. So we're going to reinforce the hobby and make the experience something that can be played night over night.
We're changing the weapon
Ja.
slots. We're changing
Stimmt.
how the pursuits work. We're adding new features like the collections and the triumphs. We built Gambit.
We've got a whole bunch of new weapons to chase, exotics that are really powerful.
We have Lisa focusing on some sweet new exotic armor. Maybe we got overboard, like dialed it too high.
Ore to go out there and collect in the world, exotic armor pieces to go out there and hunt.
We're working on armor perks, random rolls, new mod system, new subclass paths.
Random Roll.
Da ist er.
We're
Oh.
making Forsaken for people who love
Blade kommt zurück.
Making it
Blade,
easy for all of us.
Blade,
That is the goal.
Original.
That's what we're gonna constantly be pushing towards, always.
Everything we're building is through that lens.
Ja, wo ich zum ersten Mal im Studio die neue. Ich hab's
Die
nicht
Blade.
ganz verstanden, als ich den Void-Fokus gespielt habe, dass es die Blade ist, aber als ich angezündet habe, Junge, einfach nur geil.
I just saw you guys in that video.
I know, it's very, very
So is
fancy.
this, are we live? Is this real?
Calm down, dude.
I guess,
Is
this
Calm
now?
down,
It's
dude.
just me.
Okay.
Everything's
all right.
fine.
Okay, good.
It's
Well, in
just
that
me.
case, welcome to the live portion of the show. That was obviously a Bungie Vidoc, so that we could reveal Destiny 2 Forsaken, a major expansion to the game that we've been playing since last September. And this September, we're going to have all new ways to play and collect and evolve and do awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So it's my pleasure to introduce you to my two fellow co-hosts, two developers who have been leading our team in the development of this new adventure. They are Scott Taylor.
Hi.
And Steve Cotton.
How's it going?
So these two gentlemen have been with me on stream previously. If you've been watching Bungie streams for a while, they may seem familiar to you. Scott, you and I sat next to each other right around this time last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yep.
God, time passes
It
so
does.
fast when you're playing fun. So we were together for the reveal of Rise of Iron.
Yeah, that was great.
And Steve, you and I traveled all the way to Germany by way of 2 planes and 4 trains.
18 trains.
18 trains, yeah. But you were on stream for the first time that we ever revealed private matches and playing in Rise of Iron. So welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
For people who might not be familiar with you, for people who might not know what you do here,
Sure.
Talk to me about what you do at Bungie and what your contribution to Forsaken has been.
Right, so I am the Forsaken project lead. My primary job is controlling Steve. When I'm not doing that, we work with a lot of awesome people, the leads of the game, to make sure that Forsaken ships and is everything that we want it to be. So that's kind of what I do.
Do you concur? Are you under control?
Well, for loose cannon, I guess maybe. No,
Okay.
he keeps me under control.
Yeah.
He's
Step
good.
into analysis.
Step into.
Look at that, it worked. It worked.
It's the Westworld.
So what's your role on Forsaken?
Oh yeah. In a game, any game, but a game like Destiny especially, somebody kind of has to try to keep the whole game in their head so that we're making all the right decisions for what's best for the game. So I guess that's what I do, and set high level direction and goals for the teams. But mostly, I think I just listen to a bunch of great ideas and nod a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And we, enabling so many different disciplines, so many different teams to work on this game, and we got to meet a lot of those teams and a lot of those people in the Vidoc. Narrative designers, sandbox designers, mission designers, activity designers.
Yep.
So it's all coming together all over again under your direction. So we're grateful for it. What have been your overall goals? What have been your super objectives in the leadership and guidance of all these teams working together?
So we had 2 goals with the Forsaken, Scott and I. The first was to kick off the game with a brand new story. One that had a new tone and a new style, one that we're both really, really excited about.
Yeah.
You saw a little bit of it in the Vidoc, but
just a little bit.
We're not going to talk about that much today. I think we want to leave that for a little bit later. But the other goal was that we wanted to reinforce the Destiny hobby. And that was about bringing depth back to the game. It's about not depth in the way that we challenge players, and the way that they discover secrets and the systems, and the way that they learn about the game and feel smart and think about the game. So those were the 2 goals.
Okay. When you talk about bringing depth to the game, I think we took a look just briefly at the Dreaming City during the Vidoc, and I think this is a great piece of evidence as to your commitment to the end game and exactly how you're bringing this depth to the end game. And I love the statement that this is the first time that we've ever built a destination to serve as the home to the end game, a place where all of those things can live.
Yeah. So I don't want to spoil the surprise here, because that's what the Dreaming City is about. About being a surprise, but it is a destination built to have some of the most difficult challenges and the deepest secrets. But it's one that I think we want to leave for another day as well.
Secrets aren't very valuable.
We're being coy about a lot.
It's funny. Yeah, we haven't. I mean, actually, we're just really excited about the Dreaming City, and it ties into the raid in a really special way. And so we're showing more of that than we have before. But it's because we really want to show that the raid and they all tie together in a really impactful way. But player discovery is really important, and so that I think we're going to kind of leave it there.
That's fine
for this.
Yep.
But
you have a lot of
look how
end game.
pretty.
You have a lot
look
of
how pretty.
It is pretty.
It's
pretty, and you have a lot of end game promises to make. These are promises that we will keep in the game, and also promises that we will elaborate on all summer long. This stream is the beginning of a conversation. I think we're kind of creating a table of contents of conversations that we will have later on. The story reveal is planned for E3. So next week, we'll learn a lot more about the story that they're telling. We will learn more about our endgame challenges as the summer unfolds. May even invite some people outside of our studio to experience the Dreaming City and to talk about its promise, because we're pretty good at saying that what we make is cool, but an outside perspective is always valuable. So these are curiosities that we will pay off later. Apologies if you want us to delve all the way into the deepest reaches of the Dreaming City.
We want you guys to play this game. We
Yes,
want you guys to play the game.
We do, in fact, want you to play this game. So these are conversations that we'll have later. Something that we talked about a great deal in the Vidoc was Gambit.
Gambit my shirt.
Gambit, yes, or as our community has come to know it, Redacted.
Yes.
So this was the super secret mode that we have had some people in our community get a first glimpse at here in our studio. If you were one of those people, one housekeeping note, we do want your reactions and your hot takes about Gambit to be kept under wraps until the first day of E3. But if you'd like to raise your hand and say, I have played Gambit, that's a good beat for this moment.
Also wir dürfen nichts sagen, obwohl sie es gerade vorstellen. Also das war jetzt gerade praktisch direkt an uns gerichtet. Da wurde gerade ganz klar gesagt, die das schon gespielt haben. Ey, ich bin froh, wenn wir endlich komplett drüber reden können. Habe ich jetzt schon eben zu viel gesagt? Wir müssen uns nochmal komplett anschauen, aber ich habe eigentlich nichts gesagt, oder?
Eigentlich hast du nichts gesagt, nee.
Okay.
Nichts, was man nicht gesehen hat.
To both Scott and I, that Forsaken was able to deliver a new experience to people, right? And so what we gave the team, Lars, Robbie Stevens, the team free reign to invent something completely new, but specifically one that took advantage of all the best aspects of Destiny. So shooting monsters in the face, shooting guardians in the face, bring those together, and then add like big bosses and small bosses and treasure goblins. And
like moat goblins. There's moats.
Moat goblins.
Moat goblins, like a golden axe.
Yeah, and then
one player's moat is another player's treasure.
That's true, actually. Yes, that is true.
If you bank
those
them.
are a thing. Those are a thing. So all of those things, and then the team did something really awesome, and they added a risk-reward strategy mechanic to the game that really changes the conversations and the way that the decisions that you make during the game. It's no longer just about how fast can I shoot a guy and bring him down. It's about, well, should I be killing guys? Should I be collecting motes? Should I be banking? Should I be invading the other team? And so the result is fantastic to play. The community got to play it.
And then actually this is really cool. At E3 next week, people will get to play Gambit. That's what we're going to have there. So
also auf der E3 wird man den neuen Modus Gambit spielen können. Der wird auch, glaube ich, auf Deutsch so heißen. Auch Forsaken.
This new activity will live alongside the Crucible.
Bleibt auf Deutsch.
Strikes, and now we have Gambit.
Yeah, it's its own thing. So, as Scott just said, we will be at E3 for the 6th year in a row. We will be at the Activision booth, working with our friends to put on a great show for everyone who gathers around that space. Stop by and play, stop by and spectate. This is our first opportunity for people to get hands-on with this new activity. Now, if it's a little late for you to be planning a trip to Los Angeles or trying to score an E3 badge and you want to join the hands-on pre-launch conversation, we're going to take that same Gambit build, that same pre-launch build that we're bringing to E3, and we're going to ship it straight to Tampa, Florida after E3 is over so that it can be playable also at GuardianCon. So we're going to be sending an away team to that gathering of community and content creators. Gambit will be playable there. And if you want to be included, get yourself a ticket to GuardianCon, because we'll be there too, and we'll see you there. Anything else that we want to say about
Also auf der
Gambit
E3 könnt ihr es spielen. Wir sind nicht auf der E3, aber wir schicken jemanden, den lieben Fabio. Der wird da auch den Content aufnehmen für den Channel, während wir außer uns sind.
Once the Destiny campaign is finished, a lot of players are always asking us, what's now? What's next? How are you going to keep me engaged over the course of a year? Give me a roadmap for all of the other moments when I know that my hobby as a Guardian is going to be infused with new things to do. One of our new answers to that question is something that we're calling the annual pass. This is a new way for us to sustain the game with new releases of content. And if we can keep the main graphic on the screen for just one moment longer, I want to call out the fact that the annual pass has 3 different releases. This is live on DestinyTheGame.com right now. and because our product pages have gone live, we just want to set some expectations for how this is different from what you may have known this year. If you played Curse of Osiris, if you played Warmind, this is a different thing. So if you're the type of person that throws your money down on something as soon as it becomes available, we'd like to set your expectations that this is different than those expansions. What we have here are 3 different releases that will come out over the course of the year. Black Armory, Joker's Wild, and Penumbra in the winter, spring, and summer to come. So these releases are a new way for us to deliver content. What purpose would you say that these serve?
I think that the purpose here is to give you more of what you want more often.
Okay.
It's also about, it's more about chasing the power and the gear.
Okay.
Basically that's it. I mean, it's more often more stuff that you care
huge
about.
Cornerstone for Destiny, the acquisition of power, the collection of new gear, the upgrading of your character. That's really what people talk
Hoffentlich auch
about
überall ein
when they
neuer
refer
Raid
to
mit
the
drin,
Destiny
dann ist
hobby.
okay.
Yep.
Let me take a deeper dive into exactly what you'll find in these different releases over the course of the year in the annual pass. And if we can give people a read on this, here is what, across these 3 different releases, you can find in your annual pass. Endgame challenges, obviously new things to collect, new and returning exotics, new pinnacle activities, deeply challenging things to really test your skill and your teamwork, new triumph records to collect.
Also löst das jetzt praktisch den regulären Season Pass ab und
ich glaube, das ist jetzt quasi der weiterführende, oder? Für das, was jetzt in Zukunft kommt, wenn man mehr will.
In the game, using new tools and features that we'll be delivering to every player. The annual pass does have exclusive content for the people that purchase it, but this collection game is about to evolve in year 2. I would say that to set your expectations for this right now, we're leaning harder into the things that keep you coming back to the game week over week, month over
Die werden da
month.
bestimmt keinen Raid drin
It's
haben, oder?
activities,
Meinst
it's
du?
Ich glaub
action,
nicht.
it's challenges, it's things to earn and collect. We're not leaning as hard into cutscenes or cinematics. Obviously, we're telling a story, but it's a story that you'll discover in moments of action, the reason we play the game, and things that we can collect, and our understanding of the world that you're creating will grow over time through the annual pass, and you'll be building on the great story that you're telling in Forsaken.
Yeah, it's definitely about not having just a single moment where people come back and having that kind of extend and stretch out.
Yeah. And each of these releases, the 3 releases that we indicated, each of those releases begins a new season of play. So they kick off the season. It's a season that every player can enjoy with the people that own the annual pass, but it is sort of a thematic shift. So with the new beginning of the season, with the new release in the annual pass, we create a new theme that presides over everything that people will be doing in the game.
Yeah.
This is obviously something that you'll need to know more about. This is something that we will be talking more about, but because it's live and because it's available right now, we felt this was an important conversation to have before everyone made the assumption that, oh, these are these 2 expansions that I'm used to getting in Destiny. We've reinvented the way we sustain the hobby. We've reinvented the way that we release new content after launch, and we'll talk more about this.
Also so werden die in Zukunft den Content dann über die Zeit bringen, zum Erweitern. Muss man gucken.
Anything else you think I should be saying about that?
No.
That's kind of the new raw space, but we'll get more into it. In addition to the annual pass, obviously there's all the things that we do for every player of Destiny 2. And we're going to continue to update the game. Got a brand new roadmap to put on the screen. If all has gone according to plan upstairs, we have a brand new roadmap that has been updated on Bungie.net right now. So if this is entirely legible on whatever screen you're using, Bungie.net has our new June 5th development roadmap.
Power matters in Iron Banner and Trials.
Every player of Destiny 2 will receive.
Finde ich gut.
And as you can see, update 1.2.3, 1.2.3, so you don't think I'm just counting, due out on July 17th, has some pretty exciting new developments that will change the game even before Forsaken launches. Let's call out some
Rumble
of the
wird
things that we're
permanent
looking forward
gemacht.
to the most.
Sehr gut. Da gab es eine sehr lange Diskussion im Bungie-Studio drüber, auch wo wir da gewesen sind.
And while the annual pass will have different things for players to tackle and enjoy, every player of Destiny 2 is going to continue to enjoy these seasonal events, these special occasions.
Prestige-Raid für Raid-Trakte für die beiden.
Bietet auch nochmal guten Content.
Ja, 1 Triumph-Momente kommen auch.
6v6 quick play.
Pretty great.
Yeah. So the 6v6 playlist in the Crucible will permanently be home to 6 players versus 6 players.
Also sie shiften jetzt von 4 gegen 4 zu 6 gegen 6. Das ist auch etwas, was uns schon kommuniziert wurde. Könnt ihr euch ja mal in die Kommentare schreiben, was Sie davon halten.
Ja, bin ich sehr gespannt.
4 gegen 4 oder 6 gegen 6, was ist besser? Ich finde 6 gegen 6 besser. Und dann noch gleichzeitig Rumble aktiv, wenn du alleine spielen willst, finde ich auch gut.
Let's move on to year 2.
Yeah.
Along with the launch of Forsaken come a lot of interesting evolutions to the Destiny player experience. Scott, I think you can agree with me when I say that the most important development, the most important update on this list, bulk shader deletion.
I don't think it's a question. I think it's just. I think that is just a fact.
That
we can just move it up the
bulk
list
shader, and then shaders also are
put it where it belongs
in our other some other features.
All kidding aside, shaders have been a very large conversation in our community, but there's a lot of other things here that a lot of players of Destiny can get very excited about. Power matters in Iron Banner and Trials. So if you want to win the Crucible in those special events,
das bringt Destiny 1 Feeling wieder mit. Sehr gut.
Progression of your Guardian. What else are you excited about? What else you want to call out?
Oh man, well there's vault space, which is also another thing that we add all this content and
das wird ja fast verdoppelt.
Also 500
ich habe schon so viel zerlegen müssen, ich werde es nie wieder kriegen, weil das Season-Content
war. Those things all tie together, right? Yeah. So because we're doing that, the vault space is pretty important.
We'll take a look at gear collection and in-game triumph in just a minute, but it's important to call out that while collecting gear and keeping it in a menu that's sort of like your accomplishments, weapon randomization, or more affectionately known as random rolls, that is something that is coming back. Let's just say it again.
Yeah, they're testing it upstairs right now. It's coming back. We're bringing it in. Yeah.
Random rolls kommt zurück.
As a game director.
Yeah, the goal for random rolls is just to get to make earning gear more exciting to players, to personalize their chase for weapons and armor, and to really get add that depth that we were talking about before to a system that they can now kind of learn and dig into and try to figure out.
Yeah, I'm loving this recurring theme of depth.
Yeah.
Every drop has the potential to be exciting, to be something new. And then when you get those weapons, how do we arrange them on our character? The weapon slot changes are something that are in development. We've seen that in playtest.
Oh yeah, and yes. Actually, do you want to talk about how it works? Then I can.
Sure, like weapon slots. Weapon slots are really exciting. I mean, all those things on that list are exciting. The weapon slots, especially, because the weapon slots are really about giving you more control over your playstyle. So for me, it's about getting my fusion rifle back.
Sure.
That's just that's my priority. But for everyone else, I think it's different, right? And so now you have more control over which weapons you can put in those first 2 slots. You can still roll your 2 hand cannons if you want. Or you can roll 3 shotguns, if that's,
also man kann 3 Shotguns tatsächlich einsetzen, weil ihr jetzt die Freiheit habt. Also viele haben immer gefragt, kommt Destiny 1 Waffensystem zurück? Ich meine, wir haben es schon getestet und es war schwer. Nein und gleichzeitig ja, weil du kannst halt jetzt überall alles spielen.
Jetzt hast du komplette Freiheit.
Es ist sogar noch ein Schritt nach vorne zu Destiny 1. Das ist ja das, was sie auch immer sagen, von wegen, wir wollen nicht selber nochmal liefern, wir wollen es erweitern. Und ich finde, dass man jetzt, bei Bungie meinte man zu uns, man wollte es immer so designen, dass man die vollkommene Freiheit darüber hat, wie man spielt. Haben sie, glaube ich, geschafft.
The new thing. So if you want a sniper in your primary, you want to play the bow, we're going to have those things as part of that Gambit experience.
And an E3 test build, is usually it's in development. It's not the full game. It's not the finished product.
Yeah.
We usually deploy a limited inventory for use there, so it won't be the full realization of how the new weapon slot changes will work, but it'll give people a sense of how we're changing combat with access to different types of weapons for different opportunities. And like you said, you're going to let people play the way they want.
Yeah, and those are all going to be Forsaken weapons too. So it'll be new cool stuff that people get to see in the different slots.
Yep. And I did say that Destiny won't necessarily become Rocket Launcher the game, or was that just a fever dream?
Rocket Launcher the game.
The game.
Yeah.
Did
I say that live? Is this now?
No, this is now.
Is this now? Okay. Yeah, so there's all sorts of other conversations that we'll need to have about ammunition and balance and all of those things. So this will be a long conversation.
Also sagen wir doch gar nichts zu. Dann sagen wir auch gar nichts zu.
Where are we going next? We called out on the roadmap that gear collections and in-game triumphs.
Wir haben bestimmte Embargos, weil wir am Studio gewesen sind, jetzt vor ein paar Monaten und
we caught a glimpse of that in the Vidoc. But just to reinforce the fact that it is in fact real, I would like to break net live to a build of the game.
Can I say something?
I would love for you to say something.
So this is a build we propped from someone's machine. It's totally in development. We are going full transparent. You're gonna see things, numbers, whatever. They are all like they're not fake, but they're not real. They're
not done.
They're not fake, but they're not real.
So when you see something that's a number on the screen or like. This is
es ist noch in Arbeit, man soll es jetzt nicht zu 100%. Es ist alles noch in Entwicklung, ne?
This is a look behind the curtain. This is a glimpse of something that is in fact in development. You can see our brave guardian named Bungie TV.
Der ist schon hart hässlich, oder?
Der ist überwack.
Also wie konnte man dann denen die Sachen so anziehen? So noch ehrlich, oder?
Warum kein Set?
Ich würde sofort die Leute dann lassen, die diese Entscheidungen treffen. Kannst du nicht rumlaufen.
Have we met?
I'm a warlock too.
There you go. How you doing? Here you go. What are you, Steve?
Take Titan. You guys can take your warlock.
Okay, so that's the end of the stream. No, I'm kidding. So if we take a look at the global navigation here on our user interface, across the top, the first thing you'll notice are some new feature tabs. The first that I'll call out are the triumphs.
Yep.
And if you can pay some special attention to some of the headers here, all of this is a work in progress.
I want that placeholder medal.
Yeah, you want that placeholder medal? Yeah, exactly. That's a hard
one
to get.
Is it bad that I actually want it just because it's like glowy and yellow?
But there's a lot of empty space that you can populate here. You talked during the Vidoc about some of the different badges and some of the different titles that you can display to commemorate your accomplishments. We're going to take a very high-level view of this, and everything that you're about to see is a work in progress. So you can screenshot this, you can speculate this. All the numbers will change. As you can see, we have Gambit-specific triumphs to collect and to lord over your friends. How you collect motes or the blockers, or you can see that we've broken this out into different categories. Again, there are not 0 of these things, but you can see that this is about creating many different levels of meaning and
das ist halt immer noch in Arbeit. Das ist noch ein Early Build auch, ne? Obwohl das ist schon ein Bild, nachdem wir gezockt haben. Also wir haben noch ein früheres gespielt, ne?
Ja. Again, the numbers are meaningless right now. We are in development. Different triumphs for PvP. You'll be dispatched by the Vanguard, and then of course we are collecting in-game lore, so that when we're telling stories that you discover and
das kann sich aber noch ändern, ne?
Even if there aren't cinematic cutscenes, which you have in the Forsaken campaign, of course.
Sorry, aber wie kommst du auf 246? Dann sind es ja wohl nicht 3. Weißt du? Bestimmt überall alles untersuchen und dann kannst du die Tonspur vielleicht so.
Das wäre gut.
Das wäre gut. Bungie macht das noch. Ich gebe euch die Rechte an meiner Idee.
Wonderful. Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna find that story out of order too, right?
Yeah, you're gonna find. So like you're gonna find items out in the world, and you're gonna open them, and it might be page 7 of the story, and you're gonna piece it together throughout your travels of all the destinations.
Like a well-armed anthropologist. So let's take a look at collections.
Gut, ich dachte schon, ich habe was gespoilert, weil sie hatten das, glaube ich, schon nicht gezeigt. Ich meinte ja, man kann sammeln.
How many exotics? Where can I find that stuff? How do you get that stuff?
Hoffentlich klicken die jetzt mal rein, wenn man das mal sehen kann.
Komm schon.
Again, we're going to leave a lot of this stuff for exploration at a later date, but just to show you how one of these categories works, we're going to take a look at the exotic arsenal. So you can see here that we have
das hast du einfach überall mit dabei.
Perfekt.
Egal wo ihr gerade seid, ihr könnt überall reinschauen.
So if I find something out in the world, if I buy something from Xur, if that fated engram pays off, this gets added to my collection.
Yeah, so once you've acquired something that's here, so this is obviously similar to the kiosk that's in the tower, but one key difference, as you noted earlier, is that this is with you at all times. Yeah. So certain weapons, like the exotics here, you can buy back for a price, and so you can, with the vault space and with this, you can kind of move with some more confidence that you've got.
Du kannst die auch kaufen.
Ich glaube ja. Du kannst die instant daraus ziehen.
Ach komm, also das ist krass, oder?
But if I did that, and then later on somebody said, you dismantled sweet business? What are you, an idiot? Like, what, did you think you weren't going to put an exotic in your heavy slot?
Well, you are an idiot.
Yeah, I know. I am an idiot, but I still play this game, and I love it just the same. And if I wanted my sweet business back, I could use this collection system to restore it to working order in my inventory. Using different materials that I've gathered. It's different for different categories. It's a long conversation that we're not going to have
to be really
today.
clear, that is explicitly about how the exotics work, and we're working on everything else.
Everything else is a work in progress. And because exotics are a thing of mystery and discovery, you're not going to tell me, you're not going to give me a full menu of what exotics you own and what exotics you don't.
No, but to note something there that I don't think we're going to exactly show, but if you were hovering over an Iron Banner weapon or piece of armor, it would tell you
how to get it.
So it would tell you how to get it. It'd be like,
Können wir jetzt auch ein Preview von dem Exo da anzeigen und würden unser Video einfach weltweit einbinden, wie man die Waffe bekommt.
Würde passen, oder?
Ich habe heute ziemlich gute Ideen.
Ja.
Bin ich absolut dafür.
Gathering these things together and putting them into interesting categories.
Ja, man muss gucken, wo man bleibt.
And then the same goes for your weapons. You'll tell me where I can go find all my favorite legendaries, or maybe document the things that I've earned as I progress. Do the same thing for armor, breaking that thing out.
Also ihr habt praktisch in euren Collections, egal wo ihr unterwegs seid, habt ihr immer eure Sammlungen dabei, wo ihr sehen könnt, was ihr schon gesammelt habt und wie viel und welches ihr gesammelt habt, bekommt noch extra Informationen. Überall im Universum von Destiny verfügbar. Ja, auch hier, guck mal, Embleme.
Oh.
Your Guardians. Here we have our emblems. Here we have our shaders. It's important to wear some flair. It's important to express yourself.
Hey, das ist wirklich etwas, das hätten sie zu Destiny 2 bringen müssen. Das, also wirklich
bei
zum
Release.
Release, ne? Nicht erst jetzt. Aber da siehst du einfach, ne? Also die arbeiten natürlich an dem Game, wollen es halt voranbringen.
That's from a movie.
It is.
You have a case of the Mondays.
I do have a bit of a case of the Mondays, even though it's Tuesday. But we can see that this is an opportunity for you to look upon all of your treasures.
Finde ich super. Du hast einen super Überblick über all deine Items, du siehst, was dir noch fehlt, du musst nicht mehr auf irgendeine Third-Party-App zurückgreifen und sowas.
That is a fair assumption. And then, as we said over on the right, all of that's work in progress or even to be revealed. So we'll be filling in the raw space over here as we finish our work on these new features.
Yeah.
And what else would you want to say about this?
Boy, I mean, like, these were...
Boy!
Triumphs and collections are available to all the players of Destiny 2. So we're excited. I think that all these things go together to tell a story about depth and about, Destiny for me is at its best when I have a triumph I'm chasing that's tied to a bounty, that's tied to a material I'm gathering from a public event. And I feel smart because I chose to do these things, and I'm trying to get the lore to finish the book. And so Destiny's really unique in that way, where I love Destiny the most when it's that. And I think that that's been a big piece of what we've been trying to do.
It was really powerful the moment this went in, and we imported our own characters from home, and you could see this just populate with the stuff you had and then the stuff that you still didn't have. And so I know a lot of people out there have.
Also sie haben es mal mit ihren eigenen Accounts ausprobiert, wie das aussieht, wenn das ein bisschen gefüllt ist und so.
Out in the game, but this tells you like, no, you still don't have this piece, or you still don't have this thing. So which sets do you want to complete? It was really powerful.
Collections launches with Forsaken, so it's not going to be like moments of triumph where we say moments of triumph are live and our most hardcore fans go in and say, cool, I'm done, where's my shirt, right? Like there's going to be all new things to gather in there. There are going to be all new things that you can go and do and collect, and the collection.
Du hast dein Shirt gar nicht bekommen vom Age of Triumph, obwohl du 2 bezahlt hast. Wir haben beide zusammen bestellt, da hat er seins einfach nicht bekommen. Ja, aber ich habe eins bekommen, ich hatte halt Glück.
One thing we've talked about, back to the depth of the hobby and everything, is just the parallel
Bist du immer noch traurig deswegen?
The players want to be on at the same time, whether it's the campaign or quests or we're adding bounties, and so this collections is just another aspect, another axis of.
Ja, ist geil. Also da kann mir jetzt keiner erzählen, dass das ein scheiß Update ist, wenn du die ganzen Sachen, braucht man gar nicht drüber reden, das ist Bombe.
Das ist gut.
Kommt zum nächsten Thema, wir wollen geile Sachen sehen. Es gibt nämlich auch sehr, sehr vieles, was richtig geil ist.
Deswegen haut raus, oder? Also
Well,
ab dafür.
I think that's all we're going to talk about today.
Ja, okay, dann haut der mir den rein, oder was?
We have created more questions than we've answered by design. That was the plan. We will be at E3. We will be updating our blog every week. We will be at GuardianCon. We'll be inviting other people to play this game and to offer their expert external opinions. This begins that old familiar summer cycle. If you are a Destiny fan, we're going to travel the world. We're going to talk to people wherever we can find them, and we're going to introduce them to Destiny 2 Forsaken. So
we're so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming with us on this journey. Thank you for playing. We'll see you at E3.
Yeah.
We'll see you at E3.
Yeah.
And you.
And you and me and you and Lars and the rest of the people.
Tej from HMS.
Tej from High Moon Studios, who's been a great partner.
Oh my God, it's been amazing. And they were like, hey, you want to work with High Moon and go to San Diego every month? And I was like, I guess that's fine. Yeah, no, they've been
I guess that's fine.
Great.
Wäre für mich auch relativ fein, das
We'll see
Ganze.
them at E3 as well.
Yeah.
And if we see you at E3, definitely pull us aside and say hi. And if not, hopefully we'll see you at some point this summer. In closing, we're going to take another look at the Vidoc, but not in full. The team that made that Vidoc for us was given a challenge. We said, take everything that you're revealing, take everything that you're saying, take everything that our developers have said on camera, and compress it into 60 seconds. So let's see how they met that challenge with this. Hope you enjoyed the show. Check it out.
Sorry, hätte ich besser gemacht, den Trailer, sag ich ganz klar. Also, das ist ja gar keine Action.
Ja.
Ist das gewollt? Ist ja jetzt nicht gewollt, oder? Ich würde schon sagen, Dude.
Das war
Stadt.
We're building something the community has been asking for.
We want to be able to give players what they want, but also surprise them.
We want this release to have a different tone and a different vibe.
You're going to go to a darker place. You're going to take on a different role as a Guardian.
We're changing the weapon slides. We're changing how the pursuits work.
Gambit is a brand new mode.
Armor perks, random rolls, new mod system, new subclass paths.
We're making Forsaken for people
Sie haben's
who
gesagt.
love Destiny.
New subclass path.
Making a game that we can all love. That is the goal.
Das ist ja
That's
gut,
what
ne?
we're going to
Also.
constantly be pushing towards.
Everything
Guck mal da,
we're
wie
building
krass es
is through
aussieht.
that
Und man
lens.
sieht's ja sogar.
Mit dem Bogen. Geil. Hat das mit Kate alles zu tun?
Ja.
Ist Ende jetzt hier?
Ich glaube.
Gucken, was der Chat dann noch sagt
Ende.
gerade.
Boah, aber das war schon ein Brocken an Infos, oder?
Also die haben schon
einiges
weitaus
rausgehauen.
mehr gezeigt, als ich jetzt.
Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass es so viel ist, ohne Witz. Also nur Respekt. Guter Leckerbissen für die ganzen Leute. Ja, der Chat
Ein paar haben gerade erst
ne?
jetzt gesehen, dass es da den Bow geben wird.
Haben die es nicht gezeigt extra? Also,
Doch, aber manche Leute sind ja nicht so Freaks wie wir und schauen von Anfang an. Ja, ey, was soll ich sagen? Also sie haben noch sehr viel nicht gezeigt, logischerweise. Sehr viel gezeigt, was wir auch schon kennen. Ja, ich freue mich sehr. Auf der E3 wird man das Ganze spielen können. Könntest du ganz kurz zusammenfassen gerade, ne? Oder hast schon gestoppt, die Aufnahme?
Nee. Wir sind noch am
Also auf der E3 wird man das Ganze testen können. Gambit wird der neue Modus sein. Man spielt, so wie man das ja anscheinend da eben gesehen hat, 4 gegen 4. Und jedes Team ist auf einer Map anscheinend irgendwie. Und dann kann der eine da
rüber.
Ey, Mann, wir lassen das. Wir wissen jetzt nicht genau, was ich will das Video jetzt nicht schneiden. Ich mache eine Zusammenfassung und werde das vorher genauestens kontrollieren, was wir sagen. Und ja, dann mal schauen, was wir alles ins Video reinpacken dürfen. Aber also ganz klar, was ja das große Ding ist jetzt gewesen ist, wir sind im Riff, wir haben anscheinend so eine riesige Stadt in den Wolken, was mega geil aussah.
Endgame.
Fand ich. Oder wie fandst du das so vom Aussehen, vom
Ich
Design?
fand das super. Ist was Neues. Also, gibt nichts Vergleichbares momentan, oder? Deswegen gefällt mir das super.
Ja. Hat so was Mystisches, auch ein bisschen Herr der Ringe.
Ja,
und Herr der Ringe jetzt nicht ganz gesehen, deswegen schlag mich jetzt nicht tot. Aber vom Design kann man halt immer sagen, sie bieten wirklich auch
was Neues.
Das ist was Neues.
Das ist was Neues.
Und die Collections sind geil, Tresor Space, 6 gegen 6 Quickplay wird kommen.
Viel Gutes. Leute, wir haben viel gesehen, aber noch lange nicht alles. Das dürft ihr nicht vergessen.
Allein auch gerade die Supers, die da gezeigt worden sind, ne?
Ja, eben, darum geht's.
Die wird man sicher noch mal genau anschauen und ich glaube, es ist noch gar nicht klar, wie die funktionieren werden. Vielleicht dürfen wir da schon was sagen. Wir sehen uns auf jeden Fall dann im nächsten Video. Das machen wir dann jetzt gleich. Ich hoffe, es hat gefallen. Es haben sich sehr viele gewünscht. Danke an Activision, dass wir das Video hier so machen durften.
Dass es alles geklappt hat.
Ja.
Und in diesem Sinne würde ich dann sagen, ne, Freunde, checkt das Video ab.
In die Kommentare schreiben, was eure Meinung ist. Sagt uns, was die Highlights sind, was ihr dazu sagt, das Riff, die...
Einfach eure Meinung reinklatschen, ne?
So, und jetzt kannst du auf Stopp drücken.
Gut.
Und ich
Freunde,
bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen.
Wir bedanken uns.
Und jetzt kannst du auf Stopp drücken und dann bedanke ich mich fürs Zuschauen.
Okay.